Hey, happy 50th Pride. It's me, W. Kamau Bell. Or as my sign says, happy 50th Pride because we ran out of peas in the sign. But as we all know, you got to do the best you can with what you got. So it was either happy 50th Pride or happy 50th Bride, which that seems weird. So happy 50th Pride, everybody. Thank you to Pride for inviting me to be a celebrity grand marshal. I appreciate it. I'm a little bit overwhelmed and frankly feel awkward about it because I'm a cisgender heterosexual male and it feels like there's probably some other people you could have picked, but awkward is my brand, so I'm going to roll with it. I called some friends to make sure that they thought I was okay to accept this, and everybody said, yes, Kamau, you should do it. And so here I am, and I feel honored. I really do feel honored that you would ask me to be here as a celebrity grand marshal, and also a little bit wish I could be actually in the parade, but we all feel that way. So like that's all right. That's all right. We all share that feeling. But I just want to say this as again as a cisgender heterosexual man who prides, pun intended, prides himself and wants to be more than an ally to the LGBTQ plus community, but a friend, and as my friend Alicia Garza says, a co-conspirator to the LGBTQ plus community. Because an ally claps on the sidelines, good for you, baby, but a co-conspirator goes to jail with you. So, like I'm saying, I'm here as a co-conspirator of the LGBTQ plus community, and I accept this honor not as some indicator of an accomplishment. I just want to be clear on that. I understand that as a co-conspirator, this honor tells me, hey, we think you're headed in the correct direction, and this is encouragement to keep heading forward in that direction. So I accept that. I will keep heading in that direction. And also, as a co conspirator, I understand that that means that I am able to be corrected at any time if I do something that I think is right or something that I think is funny, and you're like, that's not funny. So I'm here to be corrected as need be, because that's a part about being a co conspirator. I feel like I want to tell you a little bit about my journey to becoming a co-conspirator because I was not. This is not where I started out. Um, I think in high school I was just like a lot of cisgender heterosexual dudes. I thought because I wasn't involved in violence that I wasn't homophobic. You know, and then a friend of mine, Jason, said, "Well, you drop the gay f bomb all the time," and I was like, "Yeah, but you know what I mean." He's like, "No, I know what you think you mean, but that's not what's happening. So if you want to truly not be homophobic, then erase it from your life." And that was my best friend Jason. He was in high school. Jason Smith. He owns a bookstore outside Chicago. He's really smart. The Book Table. Support it. So I think that was the beginning of my journey to learning that I should be corrected, and that if I really want to be more than just not homophobic, then I have to actually carry it through in action. So I moved to the Bay Area just to do stand-up comedy. I knew it was a city that was known for being a gay city. It was the mid-90s, as we called it. But I also understood that it was a comedy city. So I moved here to be a comedy city. But I think because at my nature, I'm a curious person, I just found myself having friends who weren't just comedy friends. And I also met comedians like Dan Rothenberg, who was gay, and we became friends. And so you just start to have conversations about everything, including who you are and how you came to accept who you were. And it just sort of just became a part of my conversations in the Bay Area. Uh, and so I think just being a curious person and a person who is excited to learn, that helped me sort of get on the road to being a co-conspirator. Uh, and then, like 2005, I think, I met Martha Reinberg. I'll show you a picture of Martha Reinberg. This is Martha Reinberg. She's one of my best friends. Martha is married to a woman. She got married during that brief window when it was legal in California that became illegal again. But Martha is more than a friend. She's like a collaborator and also my co-conspirator. And Martha lovingly and generously, we would spend time in her kitchen, and ostensibly we were supposed to be writing my solo show, the W. Kamau Bell Curve, Ending Racism in About an Hour. But she lovingly invited me to learn that you can't end racism and make the other isms worse, like sexism and homophobia. And she's the person who taught me intersectionality without telling me she was going to teach it to me. She was just lovingly patient with my ignorance and also held me to a standard that I thought I was holding myself to, but she showed me that if you think you are this person, then you need to elevate your standard. So it is no person's job to sit in their kitchen with somebody who doesn't understand them and make them understand them. But Martha was my friend, and she wanted me to be a better friend and a better co-conspirator. So she lovingly sat me in her kitchen and talked to me about this. And I don't think I can say enough how without Martha's kitchen and Martha, I wouldn't have been invited to be here today. Martha's the one who was there for me. And like I said, it was patience. And I know a little bit about that kind of patience because as a black guy who talks about racism, I got a lot of white people coming into my kitchen, my metaphorical kitchen. And so I really wouldn't be here today without Martha Reinberg. So I just want to say thank you, Martha. I wouldn't be here without you. And before I go, I want to say one more thing I did before I came is I called my friend Alicia Garza, co-founder of Black Lives Matter, because I wanted to check in with her and say, is it okay that I'm being asked to be a celebrity grand marshal for Pride? She was like, it's great. And I said, well, I just feel awkward about the fact that, like, I'm just, as I've said before several times, and also that, like, right now I'm learning and reading a lot about how Black trans people are not being listened to, and we're also only talking about them when, if we're talking about them at all, it's at times of tragedy. And I feel like maybe there should be some space for that instead of me. And she said, well, Pride is doing some of that, but also then you do some of that. So I believe in showing your work. So not only am I excited to be corrected, excited to learn, and reading books by Janet Mock, reading her book, and also just sort of like soaking in information, and also trying to uplift voices, with the platform I have. But another thing, I think it's important if you can to talk about the causes and the people out there who also need to be celebrated. So Griffin Gracie Educational Retreat and Historical Center, also known as the Gigi House, I sent a donation to you. They are supporting they're supporting Black trans leadership in the South, in Arkansas, I believe it is. The Groundswell Fund, I sent a donation to you. They are here in the Bay Area, and Alicia Garza said they're doing good work, so I sent them a donation. And also, we have the TGI Justice Project in San Francisco, another organization doing good work and supporting Black trans voices, so I sent them a donation. So those are 3 organizations that I'm supporting and mentioning today to help uplift, and if you can, support them. All right, this is way more than 7 minutes. I'm sorry, everybody. I just got talking. Maybe somebody can edit this shorter. But anyway, I just want to say thank you for making me a celebrity grand marshal for Pride. I appreciate it. I dressed up. I never dress up. And let me just show you this before I go. Can't see this because the camera's all blown out, but this is my daughter, my 5-year-old daughter. I asked her to make me a picture for Pride so I can show it to you, and this is what she did. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Edit this down. This was too long.
Give it up for Kamau Bell.
That was fabulous.
Something